Cancer Caregivers Awareness Week is coming up, and who better to help us celebrate them than Barbara Cavanaugh of the Arizona Myeloma Network. How are you doing?
I'm doing fine. I'm so glad to be here this morning with you.
We love when you come in because you know firsthand about taking care of someone with cancer, and you know firsthand too about those caregivers out there because you have been an advocate for them over and over about not just what you're fighting for, but also for them. And this week coming up is so important, isn't it?
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I think that's really been something very special, is that getting a proclamation. It's not just the words about saying that cancer caregivers not only count, but are really part of the treatment team and really help make the lives of cancer patients better. But also the fact that we're creating more awareness that it's the family also who really needs our help. And sometimes, I used to say sometimes I felt invisible because, people would always come up to me and say, "How's Jack?"
Yeah.
Well, everyone, Jack is really fine. He's sleeping because he does not get up early.
Yeah.
He did make a half-hearted attempt to say he would come in with me, but he's a 30-year survivor, and it's really a blessing. But other cancer caregivers and patients aren't as fortunate.
Yeah,
so we try to help them out too.
Yeah, you said the proclamation, and here it is right here. I want to hold this up so we can get a good shot of it right there. This is amazing to have.
It is.
And it takes place next week. And when you talk about caregivers, we got to make sure people understand it's not so much of a non-family member, it's about family members, because that's what you are. You're a family member to Jack, and you were there, and that's why it is important about all caregivers, family and associates and different people.
It's true. It really involves the whole community, I find. Whether you go work in a business or whether it's you go to church, whatever you're doing in your everyday life, when there's someone in your family or in your kind of constellation of things, it's very important that you are able to get the kind of resources and also support. There's some wonderful resources. There's some wonderful treatment now for all cancers. And what's important is we try to get out information so people know, who to ask for help, how to go about it. And also, I think one of the big things is, particularly with COVID, is the isolation that happens even, before a pandemic. But it's been even more difficult for people being isolated. And also, even though telehealth is good, it's really hard if you're not seeing the doctor.
Yeah.
So we try to, get our information out. And, next week we hope that everyone will be extra nice and also, be conscious of the fact that with holidays, it sometimes is even harder for the cancer family, or cancer patient and family, and to include them or at least say hi, how you're doing.
And checking on them too, which is very important.
Checking on them.
Because, we've had people that have lost family members during this pandemic.
Yes.
And they were not maybe able to even see them.
Yeah.
And so coming around this time, and then the caregivers, those are the ones too have been right there. So, I've heard that there was a caregiver with a cancer patient. The patient passed away. The family hadn't seen them for the whole year, but they invited the caregiver to come to Thanksgiving. I think they're flying them to, the East Coast to spend time with them because they weren't able to get out here to see, Dad and everything like that. And that's what this week is all about, is about taking care of them, but also your network and talking with people. And that's really what the message you're getting out, isn't it?
Yeah, and also that we have wonderful information and resources for people, and we want them to get in touch with us. I know you have the information up on the your video, and to really feel free to call me to get www.cancercaregiversaz.com, and we are going to have a little event next week, and it's someone who you may know, Kurt Risky from Los Sombreros. He's been a friend, a sponsor, and a board member for years, and we're going to be having a little celebration on Thursday, November 18th, and you can go online and register and come to this get-together, and if not, you can buy raffle tickets virtually. I just met the apple pie people, and I'm just so excited.
That's Oh, that's great.
But that's part of the fun,
Yeah.
and meeting other nice people who come to your station.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, I don't know if everybody knows that you got an Emmy.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, no, I think it's just really wonderful because I don't say this because you don't pay me to come here, but what's really important is to have a TV station that really is family oriented and people oriented. So good for you.
Thank you, and that's what we're all about. So,
I know, and I
there it is.
appreciate it. And
Perfect. So information again about next week's Caregiver Week, you can go to aztv.com. You'll find information there. So thank you, Barbara. Thank you.
thank you so much. Have a good holiday.